The June 27th, 2017 meeting of the Transportation Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mrs. Brown is excused. Chairman Howland?
Here.
Mr. Lightfoot? Here. Mr. Michike? Here. Mr. Rocco? Here. Mr. Shepard? Here. Mr. Zale?
Here. Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anyone present who is not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? Seeing no one, the next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the May 23rd, 2017 minutes of the Transportation Committee before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified by any changes by the end of the day. Next, we have new business. The next item, Madam Clerk.
Referral 17-0190.
Moved by Legislator Michike, seconded by Legislator Zale. Is there any discussion?
You got it.
Legislator Lightfoot.
Yes, to you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration. Can you briefly tell us what the reflective backplate does?
Through the chair, that's the plate for years they were on some signals that you might see around the state, around the country, around the area that has it's behind the red, yellow, and green and the housing of the red, yellow, and green signal. There's a plate that is there to bring more attention to the signal, so it would, where you have sun glare, it might help with the sun glare because it would not, those signals would not get washed out in the sun. They've kind of enhanced that a little bit now. They've been on some signals before. They've enhanced it now that now you'll see it around where there's a yellow reflective stripe, a box around that back plate. And so in combination to, certainly it continues to help out for washing out the signals and when you have sun glare, and hopefully bring more attention to the signals, but also when we have a power outage like we just had, unfortunately for several days this past spring, the reflective tape should bring attention to the motorist that something unusual was there and a signal was there at one time, so they have to treat it as an all-way stop. Certainly other overhead signs also could help with that, but that is an added benefit of that backplate.
Thank you. To you, Mr. Chairman, how many how many did you estimate that we will be getting for this amount of $250,000, if you know?
Through the chair, we're looking to do 94 traffic signals that are on county intersections now, and they're all the ones that have mast arms. We can't really to do them with a span wire. The weight of the backplate we think would be too much, so we'd have to do something else. So at this time, we're only going to do them on county intersections where mast arms exist. So it's 94 intersections.
Okay, great. Thank you. We want to keep the community safe. We don't want to put any more tensile stress on those arms so that they fall incidentally. Thank you for protecting the county in that manner. Lastly, do we have some type of strategic plan? Well, I think you said that already. Are these lights that has these, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, this master arms that we're going to be putting these on, are these necessarily east and west type facing traffic lights or north and south? And the reason I'm asking, because this was really what I wanted to know, because we know that the sun rises somewhere in the east and then sets in the west, and that gives us a lot of sun glare in the traffic. So I would like to know what this is there a plan to help that, to help that effect? Through you, Mr. Chairman.
Through the chair, initially, which is what we're doing with this project, with the safety money that we're getting from the federal government, it's for, as I said, all the county signals the signals at county intersections in the county that have mast arms, and we're doing it for all approaches, not just for east-west approach. We're going to do it for all approaches.
Okay, just maybe in the future we could consider that as something as well. Hopefully they'll come lighter soon. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have no further questions.
Any further questions? Legislator
Through the
Shepherd?
administration, through the chair, what is the total cost? We see that 97.5 is what's listed will be covered. What is the total cost, and who will make up the remaining 2.5%?
Through the chair, we have estimated that it would cost for the minimal design that needs to happen, as well as the construction, buying them and installing them, about $250,000. The 2.5% of the $250,000, which is $6,250 would be paid for by the county.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Legislator Zale.
Through the chair, it seems like there's an awful lot of work being done, almost 100 here. What's the estimated timeline for completion of this project?
Through the chair, I believe we're looking to have that work done next year, 2018.
In about this time? Through the chair?
No, I don't know if I want to say this time.
Okay.
It'll be done in 2018.
Thank you.
Any further questions? There being none, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Against? The referral passes. Madam Clerk?
Referral 17-0191.
Moved by Legislator Zale, seconded by Legislator Rocco. Is there any discussion? There being none, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Against? The referral passes. Madam Clerk?
Referral 17-0197.
Moved by Legislator Rocco, seconded by Legislator Michike. Is there any discussion? Legislator Lightfoot.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, could they explain to me a little bit between the difference between the Rochester Monroe County Traffic Control Center and the New York State Department of Transportation? It looks like through reading this that one owns something and we're contracting with someone else, so I'm having a little problem understanding what the referral is asking.
Through the chair, well, the Traffic Control Center is the part of the RTOC, Regional Traffic Operations Center. It's I don't know if you've come over for a tour or not, but it's the place where we can monitor via cameras the traffic signals that are on the system, computerized system, as well as change the signal timing from a laptop computer or from a computer at the desk, and change the timing for signals, mostly in the city, but also in some county areas. There's over 400 intersections that are part of the computerized signal system. We also maintain and operate some state signals, but for this particular referral, we get federal reimbursement and state aid for any work associated with that control center that is with timing of the signals, monitoring traffic, making changes out in the field, buying equipment, and we can get reimbursed, obviously, not all the money, 85% of our money for doing that, including our staff. But we enter an agreement with the state because any federal money runs through the New York State DOT.
So the state DOT is the pass-through. Do you, Mr. Chairman?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So our local share, this may be, through you, Mr. Chairman, a budget question. Our local share of $112,500. How are we paying for this? Well, no, I see it right here. I withdraw that. Thank you so much.
Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The referral passes.
Referral 17-0198.
Moved by legislator Michike, seconded by legislator Zale. Is there any discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The referral passes.
Referral 17-0202.
Moved by legislator Zale, seconded by legislator Rocco. Is there any discussion? Legislator Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, I was looking at the cost breakdown of services as it follows. I would like to know the difference between basic design services, basic construction services, and special services. I think I understand some design services, but I'm not necessarily understanding all of what construction services entail and the need for special services. Through you, Mr. Chairman.
Through the chair, part of the design broken into the three aspects, and you just said you know about the design. The basic construction services is what work the designer may do during construction, such as review shop drawings, attend meetings, construction meetings, prepare the as-built drawings. That's the construction services, but it's the designer is doing them. The special services is really done at the same time as basic design services and is broken out, and it's been this way for several years, but it's broken out, and it's the environmental that is done, the survey that is done, any time involving public meetings that is done, things that aren't related to the actual design by the engineer, but is environmental work, survey work, and public meetings would be the three top parts that are broken out separately.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion?
No, I'm not done, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I got a battery of
I was
questions here.
asking if there was any further discussion.
Yes, sir. I don't recall that. Play the tape. I don't know. I trust you, Mike. So, through you, Mr. Chairman, can you tell me why this was defined as a matter of urgency?
Through the chair, the dollars are currently in the states and the GTC, which is the MPO for us. It's in the 2017 program for funding for the design, and they wanted us to get that project started so we could secure money that they've already appropriated so we can start charging against it and have work done in this fiscal year for them, which ends October 1st.
Okay, thank you. So, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, what fund are we using to secure our part of the project? Are we using any funds from us, from the County of Monroe? I think this is a budget question to you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration.
Yes. Through the chair, as part of this referral, that we'll be establishing a new project and a new capital fund, which will reimburse the federal money, but also pay the county money. Share.
Yeah, because I didn't see that listed here of where we was going to be trying to pay the first part of this project. So you finally, through you, Mr. Chairman, how does, it says here that we're asking to bond these funds. Is that correct? Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration?
Through the chair, yes.
So, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, how does acquiring this debt sooner, because it was, I believe, a project that was out further in the capital improvement program. Now we're accepting more debt sooner. How does that affect our credit worthiness and our sustainability to improve? Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration.
Mr. Chairman, the County of Monroe will not actually be bonding for this project. This project is overwhelmingly reimbursed by the federal government, 95%. But there's really only one of two ways Monroe County can spend money on this project. That's either through a budget appropriation in our operating budget or through action by the legislature to authorize financing. We do not have a budget amendment. We do not have a budget appropriation in the operating budget. Therefore, the route to spend a dollar is through authorizing financing. Because this contract is 95% reimbursed, we won't actually bond for this. We just need the authorization for bonding to spend the dollar. What will likely happen is the road fund will advance cash on this contract, or the road fund will issue a short-term note and then repay that note as the reimbursement comes in.
Thank you. I have no further questions at this time.
Are there any others discussion? Legislator Rockow.
To the administration, are we safe to assume that 203, 204, and 205 are the same reasoning for matter of importance?
Much as I would
That's your
like it,
point.
it's a point of order. Point of order is we're talking about just file number 170202. We're not talking about 203 and whatever.
I think it's a legitimate question. Proceed.
Through the chair, yes, except for the one we're just doing now was formula dollars. The other two are, the next two are Bridge New York dollars, which they want, we have to initiate a contract and get things designed within 18 months. So they want us to start that very quickly, and the other one is a very new project that they wanted to get started, like the first one.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? The referral passes. Madam Clerk?
Referral 17-0203.
Moved by Legislator Rocco, seconded by Legislator Michike. Is there any discussion? There being none, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? The referral passes.
Referral 17-0204.
Moved by Legislator Michike, seconded by Legislator Zale. Is there any discussion? Legislator Lightfoot.
Thank you very much for your acknowledgement, Mr. Chairman. I have a question regarding number 170204. And through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, for this particular bridge, have we done any recent design work or maintenance work on this particular bridge in recent 2 or 3 years? Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, please.
Through the chair, I would say we do some routine maintenance, but we have not done extensive maintenance work on this bridge since it was put in place back in the late 90s.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that with me. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, were there any other estimates for this particular bridge project?
Through the chair, by estimates,
I mean, did it go out for bid? I mean, we already won a contract, I guess, and maybe hopefully I understand it correctly, is asking us to, accept, some payment of $39,784, which is nothing. But I'm assuming that we're asking to authorize contracts with Fisher Associates and LS, LA, DPC in the amount of $39,784. So I guess some of the question here is the project isn't financed. We're asking for finance for this particular project, and yet we already know who's going to do the work before there was our RFP or some type of instrument like that. Is that, am I understanding this correctly through the chair to the administration?
Through the chair, not exactly.
Okay.
We did go through a request for proposal process and did a quality-based selection and selected Fisher Associates to do the design and provide the engineering services. That's the $39,784.58. They will prepare design documents, do inspection of the bridge, determine what exactly needs to be done, and then we will put a bid out for construction, and that will come to this body later this year or probably early next year for construction in 2018.
So you, through Mr. Chairman, to the chair, through the chair, to the administration, how did this bridge come up on the radar as being, as a matter of urgency? We're preempted. I guess what I'm just to say, so we can speed this along, because apparently I won't even go back there. Do we have a list of bridges that need to be repaired, and are they prioritized? And I'm just asking this. That's what we're doing because, sometimes it looks like what these grants are coming up, these opportunities are coming up for us to get funding for 95, 97% of the project, and I'm just asking if we have a strategic plan on what determines, needed repairs as opposed to dire need, and safety. Safety is my concern, and why these bridges do come up as picks. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration.
Through the chair, let me see if I can answer your question. The answer is yes. I have a plan in place. In fact, that's what part of the CIP is, and we also have showing bridges that we're going to be working on or culverts. Maintenance work, we might not always show that. When this Bridge New York funding became available, we submitted projects. We submitted 10 culvert projects and 4 bridge projects for preventive maintenance or rehabilitation, and we're successful receiving money for 2 of the bridge projects we submitted. The other projects are on our CIP or either in our culvert program or separate projects in our bridge program, but we are soliciting federal money so that we would not have to use county money.
Thank you.
Any further questions? There being none, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? The referral passes. Madam Clerk?
Referral 17-0205.
Moved by Legislator Zale, seconded by Legislator Rocco. Is there any discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Referral passes. Are there any other matters to come before the committee? Seeing none, there being no other matters, the June 27th, 2017 meeting of the Transportation Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Transportation Committee is scheduled for Tuesday, July 25th at 5:15 p.m.